Welcome. How do I safely prepare and store formula? Good hygiene and safe practices are vital when making up formula feeds. There are a couple of methods that you can use. Please also check manufacturers' specific guidelines for any changes to methodology. Making powdered formula at home. This is the most common formula that parents use. The method works well when your baby is in a routine and they need feeds at a predictable time. Firstly, boil 1 litre of fresh tap water. Don't reboil previously boiled water. Mineral water is not recommended for baby feeds as it may have too much salt or sodium in it. Leave the boiled kettle to cool for around 30 minutes. This should have the water at approximately 70 degrees Celsius. Some kettles can boil directly to 70 degrees, which would remove the need to wait 30 minutes. If you have a good quality 1 litre flask, this should hold at approximately 70 degrees for a few hours, leaving you able to make up a feed on demand. Ensure the prep area and your hands are clean. Firstly, pour the 70-degree water into your bottle in the required amount. Check this carefully as too much or too little water can be dangerous for your baby. Scoop powdered formula from the tin and label off with the back of a knife. Carefully check the required number of scoops for the volume of water. Only use the provided scoop from this tin of formula. Add the required number of scoops to the water. Put the teat back on the bottle and close. Carefully swirl that bottle around to combine the powder and water together. Avoid shaking to prevent air bubbles forming. Cool the bottle to the desired temperature. This is most easily done by running the closed bottle under a cold tap. Carefully check the temperature before feeding the baby. It should feel neutral to the inside of your wrist. Discard any unused formula and wash up and sterilize the bottle. Check out episode 30 for methods of sterilization. If you're making up a ready-to-feed formula, this is less complex to prepare, but does tend to be a more expensive option. Ensure the prep area and your hands are clean. Open a fresh container of ready-to-feed formula or remove an open container from the fridge. Pour the required volume into a clean bottle. If the container holds more formula than you need for this feed, you can reseal the container, pop it into the fridge for the next feed. Warm the formula in the bottle by placing the closed bottle into a cup or bowl of hot but not boiling water. Check carefully the temperature before feeding it to the baby. Again, it should feel neutral to the inside of your wrist. Discard any unused formula, wash up and sterilize the bottle. Why do we need to use 70-degree water? Commercial formula is a factory-manufactured product, and even when the tins and packets are sealed, they can sometimes contain potentially harmful bacteria. These bacteria can multiply very fast, more so in warm temperatures and more slowly in the fridge. Water at a temperature of 70 degrees will kill any of these harmful bacteria, making the feed safe to give to your baby. Water that is hotter than this, i.e. boiling, can destroy some of the vital nutrients in the formula, and water that is cooler than this, i.e. from the tap, won't kill the bacteria. Can I make multiple feeds at once? To reduce the risk of infection, it is preferable to make up feeds one at a time as your baby needs them. However, if this is not possible, it is acceptable to make up multiple bottles and then immediately cool and place in the fridge. Feeds can then be taken from the fridge and warmed just prior to use. What about preparation machines? There is no independent, i.e. non-manufacturer, research on these products, so it isn't possible to guarantee their safety. Concerns have been raised about the small volume of the hot shot not being sufficient to kill all the bacteria and the presence of mold in pipes of older machines. In addition, always check the manufacturer's instructions very carefully. Brands can vary as to how much water and powder to use. Check each new pack carefully. Do not add additional powder to fill them up. This can lead to constipation, dehydration, and more serious health problems. Do not dilute the feed with additional water. This can lead to faltering growth and water intoxication, which is a dangerous and rarely fatal condition. Do not add sugar, vanilla, cereal, or anything else to your baby's formula. Never heat formula in the microwave. This can lead to hot spots, which could burn your baby's mouth. So, to recap, when preparing formula feeds, good hygiene and safe practices are crucial. For powdered formula, boil fresh tap water and let it cool to 70 degrees. Pour the water into a clean bottle, add the required scoops of powdered formula, and swirl the bottle to combine the ingredients. For ready-to-feed formula, pour the required volume into a clean bottle and warm it by placing the closed bottle into a cup or bowl of hot water. Do not use boiling water, as it can destroy vital nutrients in the formula, and don't use cooler water, as it won't kill potentially harmful bacteria. It is best to make up feeds one at a time, but it is acceptable to make multiple feeds and store them in the fridge. Never add extra powder or dilute the feed, and do not add sugar, vanilla, cereal or anything else to formula. Finally, never heat that formula in the microwave.